Hello, welcome to Spy Money. Have you ever caught yourself in a situation to where you really wanted to know when the institutions are buying and selling? And if you knew that, you thought, well, if I'd known that the institutions were coming in at that point, then I could go ahead and jump in and ride the coattails of them. Well, I made an indicator a few weeks ago, and it's called the Spy Money Institution Indicator. It comes with the Ninja Suite, and you can't lease or buy it outside of that. It's only in the lease program. And it's on the bottom. So we have a histogram set up, and we can also make that. We use it with the scalper. Scalper we like for the entry. But if you know what is going on with the institutions, it will give you more confirmation about hopping in on the trade. So let's just go ahead and go in here and take the paint bars off of the scalper, and we put the institution indicator bars the same color. So the histogram, you definitely want to watch it because you can find divergence in it, and it will help you know what's going on. But the institution indicator, what it does is when you have the above the zero line, that is the institutions are starting to buy it up. And if you look at your candles, and no matter what kind of trading strategy that you're going to use, I use the scalper. But if you have that, that'll give you better knowledge to either stay in the trade longer instead of trying to go for we usually try to go for $300 on this particular strategy. So if you know that the institution's coming in here and buying it up, you can try to go for more money. So for instance, this one, our entry would be here, and we look down here and we see that it is institutions buying it up. So we come up through here, and then all of a sudden we start seeing this divergence. We have this coming down and this coming up. So we think, well, maybe it's time to get out. So instead of going for 300, we go for 500. As long as we have these bright green candles down here on the histogram, those bars, that is a good indication to go up. But here's another way to look at it. If you have this coming down and we come straight up and this is going up, that's divergence. So when you have divergence in that, what happens? When you have this divergence, it will usually reverse. And that lets you know to get out of this trade. And then when you come over here, you see that we are below the zero. So when this enters over here, we feel good about taking this short. So when we get in this short right here, actually it would be on up. It would be right here. When we get in this short, when we see this green, we see this starting to come back up, we know to get out. So if we get out at the bottom there, it's 520. If we get out just above it, it's 405. So instead of getting 300, we can get a little more than that. But when we see this bright green, we know pretty much that it's going to reverse and it's time to get out. That doesn't mean you're going to win every trade with that. And here's the perfect example. When you come back like this, our entry would be right here. Now, you're not going to hold this all the way down because we have stops that we put in place. So you're going to lose about $200 on this. So when you lose on this one and then it comes down, if we have our bright greens in here, we don't take this short on the scalper. Adding this institution indicator to it makes us not go into a short because we have all of this buying pressure from the institutions. But when we come over here, we feel really good about hopping back in here, and we stay in all the way up. Maybe you stayed up here, and let's say you got out there. There's 465 instead of our $300 target. So what we're doing is we're looking to see if where the institutions are buying or selling. And if they are, we don't want to get in. This one right here, we come down, we see the histogram here is coming down. If we're coming down, then and this is coming down, that's a good indication that they are going to go together. So on this one, now you can't see all of this in the beginning of the trade, but from right here, you can see to get in the trade, these two are coming down, and this one's coming down. So when they're in alignment, you want to take that trade. You want to stay with the trend, so to speak. So on this one, we would get in here, and when you come down, and then you come all the way down here, and then you start seeing it come back up, that lets you know that it's about time to get out. So on this one, you see all the orange coming in. Maybe you get out right here. There's $760. So instead of taking the $300, this institution indicator lets us know that the sellers are coming in on this, so we want to go ahead and hold our short longer. This one over here, maybe we don't take this trade because it is orange right here. So when it's coming up, but we see our divergence. So it goes back to divergence again. When we see the divergence, that lets us know that we are getting a direction change right here. So when we see this divergence, that lets us know that this is probably going to be a good trade, even though that we're orange and not green. We're coming back up to the zero line, so if we take this one, would we get our at least 300? Yeah. So we're at 400. So this is a good one to add to your scalper, and you can change, either leave your scalper with the colors of its own, which is this will be red and this will be green, or you can have it to where the institution will paint the bars itself, and it lets you see without looking down here what's kind of going on. But you do need to watch your histograms in order to know divergence. I have another indicator that I'm going to be making, and it will draw these lines out, your divergence lines and such, and that way you can decide what you should do without having to actually physically look. On this one, we have, this is actually just a bad trade. I would have got in it, but we would have stopped out right here as soon as that reverse. That's only $130. We would end up getting in right here, and the reason we would is because of this. Here's the other way to look at it. If we got in right there, see how we're above the zero line? Maybe you don't get in that one because we have reversed and popped up. Now, when this pops up, you want to get out when you're above the zero. So it depends on where you would be. I mean, I think the worst case scenario is you would lose $120 there. But you'd immediately get back in your long over here, and look at this one here. You'd probably get out probably right here, and there's 415. So now you're still above your 300. So the institution indicator will allow you to stay in those trades longer. Like this one here, this is all green. Maybe you don't even get out up in here because you are staying above the zero and you stayed in the whole way. So on this one, hypothetically, you would, here's your entry, and let's just say that you stayed in until it broke the, right here is where it would break, and that would be 585. Or maybe you just went on up. I think, me personally, I won't hold that long, but whenever you go up and you see this green, I would probably be getting out either here or up here. Looking at this, this is still going up. So as long as it's going up, I'm good to stay in. So somewhere along through here, maybe you got out. If you stayed in longer, there's a good chance this might have come on down here. I like to just scalp. I like to get in and get my money and get out. This one from like 10 minutes till close yesterday, just stayed bullish the whole time. So when you look at the institution indicator with your scalper or with any other strategy that you're going to use, any other kind of indicator, if you have the institution indicator, it's going to let you know kind of what's going on. And as long as you trade with that, you should do a lot better. Like right here, we're going up, but then we start coming down right here. So when you look at this divergence, we're coming down, and this one's still going up. That is a good sign that we are going to reverse. So what you're going to do is when this comes in, you're going to feel good about getting in a short here. So, or you get in ahead of time, but if you just played off of this, the max you could get is 545. Again, if you just take 300 on every trade that you do, you should do very well, just following the rules. So this is not very hard. It's not hard to see, and you want to watch your histogram. I will soon have this divergence indicator out so that you'll know what's going on. As soon as it pops up, we're going to have some sort of signal alert or something to let you know that, hey, you probably ought to be getting out up here because we are coming into divergence. So how do you get started with our system? A lot of people think that um, I'm ready, I want to get started, and how do I do it? So what you do is go into our website, spymoneyllc.com. You go to the Ninja Suite. When you go to the Ninja Suite, and it goes down here, and we talk about a lot of things that is included. One thing is that all indicators on our website are included with the lease. You don't have to buy anything else. Once you lease this, everything comes with it. There's only one fee. So you're not going to be nickel down to death with, you have to buy the new indicator coming out and all that. It's all included every month. The only thing you have to do is just pay the Ninja Suite lease, and you get everything. So not only do you get all the indicators on the website, but you also get all of these indicators that are not included to the public. The public cannot buy or lease these. You have to be within our lease program in order to use these. All of these are very good, and we're making YouTube videos on each one to where you can watch and see how they work. My main one that I use is the Sweet Scalper and the Institution, which is what we talked about today. I also add the balance on here, which see it, don't have it typed in here, but I also have the Spy Money balance, which I do like very well. I put that on there. I also have the zones indicator, which is not listed here. Those all come with the Spybot suite or the Ninja Suite, and the zones and the balance are included in this one up here, and that's why they're not listed. But those other two and the Sweet Scalper and the Institution, that's what I use to trade with daily. It works very well. The trading bots, these are the bots that we have. Most people use the Sweet Scalper. We just came out with the Herd and Ninja last week, and we're doing some testing on it to make sure what we can do. It looks like Ninja, we have one that takes $100 profit on each contract, and it's doing very well. It makes money daily. And is it one that you can turn on and leave on? I don't think there's ever a bot that you can just turn on and leave on. You got to watch them, and there's rules to follow, and as long as you follow those rules, you're fine. The Sweet Scalper, in my opinion, is probably our best bot that makes the most money, and it does very well. We offer the live trading. I don't do it often, but I do live trade, and I'll be honest with you, I get nervous when I live trade. I don't trade as well as I do when I'm just trading on my own. So that's just being honest with you. The live training we do daily. I'll do several live trainings a day. If it is something that needs to be posted on the website, I record it and then save it. A lot of times we're just in there just talking about different things, exchanging ideas and so forth. I don't record those, but the live training is daily. We do have the Discord room. The Discord room is very good. That's the only people in there are the people that are in the lease, and not everybody that leases is in there. Some people don't like to go in, but there's a lot of information in there that you can learn from. So whenever you're in there, we talk about. I'll do some call outs of where I think the market's going and this and that, and like news events. We post those and talk about when you should be trading and when you shouldn't. I'll say that if there's a chop zone, and I'll draw it out and have it on the chart and post it so that you know not to trade during those times. So there's things I do to help. A lot of indicators we have, the bots, some different videos here. But once you go through, you just go down to the bottom and you just click to lease it. Now, one thing, if you have questions, you can always come into the contact page, come down here, fill this out, and it'll send me a message. I'm the one that responds to them. Make sure that you have this in your spam filter so that it does not go to spam, or at least check your spam. We also have funded accounts that we recommend. These three here do pretty good. The U-Profit, the customer service, is a little lacking. If you're planning on using a funded account long term, the Apex is probably your best bet because you make more money with it It just takes a long time to get it. But once you get your funded account, this one actually works really good. But it's going to take you, up to 6 months or so, depending on how quick you are with your evaluation. But it could take 6 months before you can actually draw any substantial amount of money out of it. This one, the U-Profit and the Earn to Trade, both, as soon as you pass your evaluation, which is not hard, the way they do the drawdown is not hard. And then once you get past, then you can do weekly withdrawals out of there. So with these two, once you make money, then you can pull it out quick. What I recommend is to make money, fund your live account, and start trading live, and you're a lot better. There's some discount coupons down here for it. Just use those. Make sure you click on these right here so that your discount coupons will be applied. And once you click on these three, then it'll open up to their site and you can look around and see all about them. But if you have any questions or anything like that, just go to the contact page. I'll be more than happy to help you. And it is a good little system. It does very well as long as you follow the rules, which 5 basic rules. It's not hard. It does a very good job. People in the room are making money, and that's what counts. They'll continue to renew their leases, so that says that they're must be making money, because you're not going to keep leasing if you're not. Let me know if you have any questions. I'd be more than happy to help you. Look forward to working with you.